Welcome to Vibra Finance. My name is Lindsay. Tonight, I am joined by the lovely Whitney Magic. We will be talking about PulseLaunch, PulseChain's first launch pad coming soon, real soon. We're talking about less than 2 days until launch time. And then we're going to be talking a little bit about Bitcoin, and then we're going to be closing out with Whitney's tips and tricks and how we onboard more users into crypto and how we're looking to onboard more women into crypto. But before we get started, a little hello from Vibra Finance.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
Hello, Whitney. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm really excited for all the things that we're going to cover tonight.
Oh, me too. Thanks for having me, Lindsay. I'm genuinely have so much curiosity about PulseLaunch coming up. So yeah, I know we have a lot to cover there, and I have some stories to be able to share about some things that have worked really well for me, and just like the things within crypto. It's just been really exciting seeing the new blood and new people that come into the space. But yeah, thanks for having me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been far too long. We'll have to make it happen more often. And speaking of new blood coming into the market, what in the hex is going on with Bitcoin today? Did you see us peak up over 63?
How can we miss that?
I mean, if you missed that, then you're obviously not paying attention to crypto. And according to Coinbase and the nice crash they had, a lot of people are trying to, starting a little foamy out there, a little frothy, maybe. Not frothy. And I shouldn't say that about the market got. That's not what I meant. I meant just people are like foaming at the mouth, like they're going to get ready to begin. Yeah. And the normies will inflow. Let's go.
It feels like a little bit of controlling the free market within Coinbase. I don't know if this is something that was accidental or not, but it almost feels like a trigger of like this price hit. Let's like kind of chill out a little bit so that people don't emotionally buy and we protect our people. But also I'm just like, it's a free market. Like allow people to buy as they want to buy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You have to wonder about the sleight of hand things. Like they're not anticipating that happening already. Right. Okay. We weren't born yesterday. Definitely not under a rock. Or Black Rock. We're born in a Black Rock. I'm not going to say that again. My goodness, I'll get us banned right away. Okay.
I know.
And then ETH over 3,400. Let's go. I can't wait. That just makes me so excited for altcoin season because I know DeFi summer is coming. DeFi summer 2.0. Ugh, glorious days ahead. Mm-hmm. And then I love these crypto bubbles from Pulse. I love this. GoPulse.com bubbles. These are my favorite. They're so vibrant. Okay. So I'm excited that another project will be added to here soon. Launching on March 2nd is PulseLaunch. And that's what I had pulled you all in here with this thumbnail tonight. And I really can't wait to go over this with you. So PulseLaunch is the first Pulse. It's a launch pad. It's the first launch pad coming to PulseChain. Although it might not be the actual first, it's going to be the launch pad for PulseChain. And why I'm excited about this is because it's something that when I was on stream with Richard Hart many months ago, we had discussed the need for some sort of community vetting, community voting project. What was going to protect the users of our brand new baby L1 from coming in and getting just destroyed by grifters and scammers? And so he was, open to the idea, obviously not looking to take that on. And so here we are, and we're looking at this project right before us. And talk about manifesting. I couldn't have done, like, this is not me. We are in partnership with PulseLaunch, just, full disclosure there. And the reason why we did is because it is community centered, community focused. 10% of the profits go back to the stakers of their launch token. So it's rewarding the users within the ecosystem to stay inside of the ecosystem. It's also a project that has a background working with other launch pads. So there's experience there. And they're official partners with Sensei Marketing. I will get to that in a little bit. They have a very impressive track record, to speak modestly on that. So I don't even know where to start, but
Can I start with a question?
yeah, please.
Okay, so I'm going to be a dummy student. I have no idea what this is, and I have full curiosities. So when we're talking about a launch pad, what are we referring to in the crypto world?
Okay, so a launch pad or pad is a place where new projects can come with their ideas, with their tokenomics. They could have their development in place, and they're looking for a place to highlight them, to market them, and to launch them with a team behind them. So it's giving these new projects and people with ideas for new projects a place to come on PulseChain and present their ideas, and then that after they are submitting, well, you can come here and see this one. So launching the project itself, you can come and submit your goals and your ideas here. And then if you're accepted, I'm jumping ahead of myself because I get really excited about this stuff.
No, I think you're right on time. Keep on going. I'll just direct you with more questions.
Okay, awesome. So like it's just it's not a sandbox, if you will, but it's a place for them to come and to grow and to have a support behind them. And this is specifically speaking for PulseLaunch. They're giving the community the opportunity to vet and vote on the projects that will make it to the forefront of their platform. So go ahead.
One thing I really like about this, because so I originally started off getting really into crypto last cycle with Cardano. And Cardano had something just like this. I forget what they called it, but the thing that I really like about this is that it's actually not run by the founder, which was like all of this was called Project Catalyst. That was it. And people would submit their stuff, and then they would get funding from the foundation, the Cardano Foundation. And what I really like about this, it sounds like it's more community funded and founded, and it doesn't go back to a founder, so the community gets to vote on it, and it separates a level of I don't like the word corruption, or centralization. There you go. It helps decentralize it even more.
Absolutely, yes. And they do have a DAO. Let me add that back up here for us. Let's go down to their overview.
Ooh, I really like this. I'm curious to hear more about the coin that is backing behind it. And
Launch will be the coin, and it will only be available for purchase on PulseLaunch.xyz. That is the only place that you will be able to purchase. So if you see that on Twitter or Telegram or Discord, if it's not PulseLaunch.xyz, that is not the place, and it's probably a scam. So
interesting.
So we were talking about the DAO. So they have democratized access, making blockchain projects accessible to a broader range of creators and users, regardless of their size or stage of development, which I love. They're not looking for someone to come in guns blazing. They're looking to foster and nurture a project from the ground up, truly decentralizing that with a DAO, and then 10% of all the net profits go back to the token holders or liquidity providers. So that ensures that the community is directly benefiting from these platform success. It also is going to give you access to projects early and soon. And when do you make money? Early and soon. So, and it gives you also a sense of, you're fostering yourself within the community. It's giving yourself a sense of anchoring into something, perhaps a little bit more of a why than just, number go up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that.
So one of the things, I know we very briefly chatted about this earlier, but like I said, I'm coming in quite new just for reference to everyone else. One thing I like to know is the founders. the founding team. It sounds, I know Donovan from, I forget what his actual name is.
DIY investing.
Yes. Is he the only one? I ask this because whenever I'm vetting projects, I always love to know who the founders are, the energy, the intentions behind it. And you can read a lot from the founders in general.
Yeah, absolutely. If you head on over to their official partners page, you can see DIY investing. Donovan's been in the space since 2016. He's been a Pulsican, although not in secret. He did come out and say some things about HEX, and he was active in the community, and the community was like, "What would you say?" And he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, better back off a little bit here. I'll come back at another time. Knock, knock, politely." So what we said wasn't a like we're just I guess the Hexicans are just very protective of Hexico. So anyway, he came in and now he sees the value in PulseChain. He sees the value in a truly decentralized network, and he truly understands the ethos of crypto, which is another reason why I can get behind this, because if you listen to a few of his streams, I absolutely like find him on YouTube, subscribe, listen. He's fantastic. I listen to him in the morning. I listen to him sometimes before I go to bed.
He sometimes pops up in my dreams.
Yeah, like, hey, what you doing here? Hey, partner. Yeah. And then
no, but he does have really good like when I'm reading his energy, like it's very clean. Anyways, really good intentions, good values to him, great backstory as well. Like feels like a really great human collectively that I'm like, yes, I'm so glad you like joined our team and we were actually able to embrace you with open arms finally this time.
Yeah, Donovan, you're welcome. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah.
And then here you can see Sensei Partners. So Sensei Partners has quite the impressive track record. And what they are is their marketing team. And they are not just
we need that for a LaunchPad. Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. And that's what other projects that may have had good intentions with helping launch Pulse projects just kind of fell short. You really do need, I say real world partnership, but you need partnership with established presence and experience. And these guys have the experience. So if you could see, I was like, oh, look, speaking of Jasmine being up 40%, Stranger Things is happening. Oh, where'd I go? Now I've lost it. Anyway, so as you can see, they work with Stranger Things and Game Shop, Thriller, Game Bud, Viva, BioHeart. I mean, the list goes on, and that's not it. They worked with Damon Motors. They do AI creative marketing and Super Bowl. We're talking about like over 169 million people reach less than a $60,000 ads. Anyway, they're just going through like what they're capable of here. Yeah, it's impressive. And then I know that they had done Super Bowl ads. I mean, the millions that there's M's behind them.
Cool.
M's and experience.
Good. So it's Sensei. It is who is Altcoin Chef?
Altcoin Chef.
Chief.
I know. I want to call him Chef too. I'm like, I wonder if you're a cooker. He's someone who has been involved with, or I believe that from what I understand, he is working with Donovan or has known Donovan and is behind the project. Also, I watched a brief stream of his earlier. And then here we go. We have Miguel coming in and bringing his actual physical art and then bringing that to PulseChain. So we're not just getting NFTs, we might be getting digitals too, which is exciting.
It is. Cool. Okay. I'm glad we got a background of the founders. So utility wise, shaping more of that. Great that so glad we have a LaunchPad coming to the space and it's decentralized. What else did you want to dive into?
So they have democratized launch voting, which is what I was talking about, which gives you and I the ability to like vote on these projects and see if that's something that we want to bring to PulseChain. And if it doesn't pass the sniff test, it doesn't get launched. And that costs that other team time and money. So that the projects that are coming to this are going to be coming in with quality. And one of the things that they're offering to projects is the 62 Mile Club. So it's a honor that the project that successfully launches on the platform public voting will determine a finalist yearly, and that winner will receive a 0 to 1 launch system. And so what that means is that they will get a full white glove service from PulseLaunch and from Sensei Partners, which is valued at $75,000. So that is not something that somebody could sneeze at. If you have a dream and an idea, this is something that you can make happen.
Makes me super excited. Also, just from a PulseChain perspective of adoption, the more high quality projects, of course, that we can bring in that have real lasting adoption and impact and that are done at a more high scale, like that's a win-win-win for our whole collective ecosystem. So
Yes, absolutely.
yes to more of this high quality projects, people that convert and add adoption to collectively PulseChain.
It's a way to get the eyes with I don't know how to say that just came to me. I was like the eyes with money onto PulseChain, but without getting that VC.
Yeah, it's clean money.
I would like to say so.
We'll see how it evolves, but it feels like clean money.
Yeah, we'll start there. We'll start giving it a good washing before it comes in.
Yeah. And then we'll wash things out as time goes along. But the frothiness will naturally come in anyways.
Absolutely. The tides and waves of crypto are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I just really like the revenue model too. So so what happens is when these projects launch, 10% of that goes back to the team. And so that allocation is used for marketing and liquidity and staking and the team. And so 10% of the holders of the tokens get the net profits distributed back to them, which is awesome. So the distributed channeled through launch staking pools and liquidity pools is executed in the form of dividends aligning with their vision of mutual growth and shared success. So that really is their mission throughout this, and it's very consistent that it's of mutual growth and shared success. They can't make this happen without quality projects. They can't make this happen without quality people, right? So together, if you have a vetting process and a voting system, you can get the ideas of what people really want to see on Pulse, which is quality.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just to make sure everybody knows, like the only place that you can buy launch is on PulseLaunch.xyz. I saw that again. I wanted to make sure. I don't know. There's so many scams out there.
And by the date, what date?
March 2nd.
Great.
March 2nd.
Jotting that down. Wait, so you can get it now?
You can get it on March 2nd. Here, let me pull up this
until then on March 2nd, you can only buy it from there heading on out.
That's right. That is right. So tokens will be distributed 2 weeks post. Okay, here that we're talking about their airdrop.
And then once it's post, then you can buy it on like PulseX and such.
They will only, from what I see.
Like, how do people exchange these tokens?
All right. So you're gonna head on over to the website, and then I'm sorry, I had that pulled up. Now it's like so big on the screen in front of me. I'm having a hard time seeing it myself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's scroll down here. There will be no sale address or any way to buy tokens outside of the official PulseLaunch.xyz website on March 2nd at 1900 UTC. 0 other access point, not even on Telegram or Twitter. Okay, so here it is. On March 2nd, you're going to go to PulseLaunch.xyz. You're going to click the fair launch button. Once it's revealed, you'll probably have to refresh the site as it gets close to your time zone. I'll show that down in a little bit. It was so courteous of them. They put like the time zones that you live in, what time to access it. I love that. And then then it will show you how to send your tokens to the address. And then allegedly they tell us to relax, but really we'll be like, okay.
Well, we can, as long as you do your homework up front, you can relax.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's so important. If it's something that is resonating with you listening to this, do a dive on it, because I'm not doing this project justice, as I'm missing so many things that I know.
I think you're doing a really good job. And that's why I just asked more questions where I'm sold on it. I had no idea really going into this, what this was, but it makes so much sense. And also it's a huge need for our space. I am curious with how, like, I guess tokenomic wise, but also like future growth wise, why price would go up. And I guess that would be based on the type of returns that we can expect from the projects that they would be investing in,
Right.
and growing. So, I mean, basically it's like we get a fund of, like a hedge fund of the young, innovative projects that are in crypto, that are on the PulseChain, which, I mean, we all know how, like, you kind of want your lottery tickets anyways. So I don't know. This seems pretty cool to me.
Yeah, and I like the idea of like, this is something new. This is something, and crypto's volatile. So absolutely, this is something that is long-term vision lottery ticket. Like buy it, set it, forget it almost. I mean, check on it. Like you don't want to leave it lie. But when you stake the tokens that you can purchase on March 2nd, you'll earn that 10% net profit back. So as these projects go on, as more of them come and more eyes come into PulseChain, that money will go where the quality is, where your energy goes, where your attention flows. And your attention, it's hard to miss market, like quality marking, right? Quality marking with tested experience. So, and you're not looking to necessarily to benefit off the work of others. You have the opportunity to participate and receive allocations too, with participating in their Discord, getting involved in their Telegram, become a Telegram or Discord moderator. There's lots of opportunities for and ways that you can get involved now and early. And this is how you establish yourself within a PulseChain project. This is how you establish yourself within the know of what's new, what's coming, what's hot to the ecosystem. So I look at it like it's a win-win for both the project and the users.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so at launch, the launch tokens will be airdropped, DAO tokens, and those DAO tokens will allow you, that's what will allow you to vote on these projects going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I like that they're doing it really fair too, with the first 5 million tokens receive a 19% discount, the second 14, and then it's tiered down. So it really makes it, much more fair with, and I believe that there's a cap at 50, I believe there's a cap at the amount of tokens that you can purchase. Forgive me, I don't have that in front of me, but oh, here we go. There will be a max cap of $50,000 USD value per wallet address to ensure equitable access and to prevent disproportionate influence or token accumulation by any single participant. I like that. This approach promotes a more diverse and decentralized token distribution, which is healthier for the ecosystem as it aligns with the ethos of fairness and community that PulseLaunch stands for. So they really are like behind their mission. They're not just saying that in one place in a white paper. They're backing it up pretty much in every post that they do.
Yeah. So we're seeing a lot of things that we like. And I really do like, I like the positivity, but I also like being realist to these things. What are potentially things that may not seem super great, or might be some of the risks that are popping up?
It's early, and PulseChain's early. We're not even a year old yet. So there's your risk right there.
Yep.
Is that it's early, it's new, and right now that's the biggest thing that comes off into my head is it's early, it's new, and who knows? That's why I put it into my small percentage of my portfolio, and I set it and check on it, but forget it on that one, because this is something that I would putting forth for 5 years growth. This is, and whatever I could pick up along the way, awesome. But until then, that's just something long-term for me.
I like the 5-year mindset. And then I think that also gives Donovan and the team space and time to just build it and chill it in their ways that they need to, and just be like, they're doing their job, bring projects in. We also get to collectively build and kind of be part of this angel investor community within PulseChain. But really, it's just it's working for us.
Yeah. It's not a bot driven, liquidity event, I'll say. And we have plenty of those on PulseChain. Man, we have lots, and this is a really fun place to play. This perhaps is something that you can not just play with, but maybe sink your teeth into, so to speak. So it's
Yeah.
a place for you to come and get literally invested physically. If you wanted to get emotionally invested in this one, you're part of the team. You're part of the DAO. You're part of the decentralized community. We are the most decentralized network out there. I'm sure somebody else wants to correct me on that one, but I'm gonna stand by that PulseChain. And so for us to be that decentralized and then have eyes come over here, not just, Donovan is not just a PulseChainiac now. He is, he's diverse throughout the crypto ecosystem. Same with Altcoin Chef. He also is diversified throughout the whole crypto ecosystem. So we're bringing more eyes into PulseChain. And if we can do that in a positive light and keep it so that it looks professional and looks clean, we have those fun things out there, but this is something on a different level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah. All right. Well, that is all I'm going to share with PulseLaunch, because Adam, CEO, and I will be doing a very deep dive, more succinctly. But like, if you have any questions, like any more questions, I'm happy to answer them. I just want to roll over because I want to start talking about, speaking of a place for a launchpad, talking about onboarding and how we can get some more eyes on a PulseChain.
Yeah.
Are we ready to transition?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right. Okay. All right. That feels better. Now I feel like we're in the living room chatting or something.
Yeah, I know. Right. Welcome to my living room, and also welcome to your green screen.
Yeah. I like it. Well, yeah, definitely. What are you talking about? I live like this. I live in a high rise. Oh, I would go nuts on high rise. I need land. It's not about Lambos. It's not about Gucci bags. It's about acres of land and horses and gardens and babies and all that good stuff.
The vision, the future, the plan. Excellent. I'm glad you begin with the end in mind.
All right. So tell us how we're going to bring more people into the vision of 1 acres of land. Maybe if you want a Lambo too, if you want to, but how are we going to get more people and more eyes on a PulseChain?
Excellent question. So a little backstory for myself and like what I've been up to. For anyone who doesn't know in the space, like, hi, I'm Whitney. My passion has been really helping. Like, I've been in crypto for 4 years. So last cycle I made it in, and I was really curious. Like, my engineering mindset was like, how do I reverse engineer and like find coins that actually will have like high growth potentials, but also like are solving inherent problems in crypto? And then how do I also like learn this for my own self, but then teach it to other people to bring other people into the space? And so for myself, my passion is really around helping more like intuitive people. So maybe the people who don't necessarily speak finance or speak the numbers, the jargon, like the money stuff may trigger them a little bit, but at the same time, they're like willing and they want to build wealth for themselves. My big curiosity was like, how do I speak and teach and onboard these people in? Because people want to get this stuff, but there's just so much jargon in crypto. So PulseChain has been the easiest sale for people, but also just like teaching them the lens and like introducing them to crypto and into a high growth crypto to understand and actually see it and be like, oh, I can understand how this stuff works. And like, yes, there's a lot of pieces to crypto and to understand PulseChain, but fundamentally they're able to understand like the opportunity, the timing, and why there's so much growth with our particular ecosystem. And so I've been really trying to turn crypto and investing in money into more of a game of like, how do we spot where we are right now? Like problem and solution. How do we like see problem and solution almost as like being across a river, and the projects that we invest in are opportunities. And so how do we spot those bridges? How do we spot those opportunities? And how do we become part of the future and part of those opportunities? Because that's also where the most amount of growth will be if we can spot them early enough. So I've been really trying to rewire crypto, not through the lens of finance, but more through the lens of energy. And quite honestly, like, it may sound woo to some people, but it's genuinely really works. And most of everything that we talk about on Twitter and everything else is just speaking about energy and energy patterns of like, where are we right now? Where will demand be in the future? who else is looking at our projects, who else is investing. It's just spotting energy patterns, and it makes sense to a lot of people.
Yeah, it does. It's you're hitting that's and so everybody is like, how do I onboard people? How do I get more people interested in crypto? You're doing the thing. You are reaching them where they're interested. You're meeting them where they're willing to come to you, and then you're fostering that intuitively and using their intuition to guide them into making their own decisions. And that's the way to do it. I mean, you don't need crypto. I still love that you said crypto jargon. We have that in our commercial. Like, are you tired of all the crypto jargon? I was tired of it 5 minutes after I got to this space because every word I was like, pause. Okay, look that up. Pause.
Yeah.
And so if you could relate and hit them, I mean, I don't care. I have onboarded men into crypto talking about automotives, like diesel engines. I'm like, I'm grasping at straws there. Let's be serious. But I'm meeting them at a common ground, and you're meeting them and explaining to them like what these systems are, how these systems are changing. And you're just showing them like in their energy field, in their experience, like what that's going to look like to them. All right. So walk me through when you get someone who are you finding that people are coming to you interested in crypto? Are you finding that if you're having a conversation with somebody, are you getting opposition from them at all?
No. Well, I ask for the opposition. So when I'm talking, particularly like I'll give you like, there's numerous ways that I can start talking to people, whether that's on Instagram. For me, that's a big space. In real life, when I'm speaking at events publicly, when I'm in the sauna with people, just with strangers, dinner parties, anything like that. I'll use a common example of just like a dinner party, a sauna, like a stranger. And it's the common question of, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a crypto educator. And then typically right then and there's a ton of fear, either fear or curiosity that comes up. I really want to know, because also as an educator, I want to understand like what are the problems that people have. Like I'm speaking to problems and I'm being a solution for people, but I want to understand their problems. So immediately when they have that reaction, I'm kind of like, tell me what's your fear around crypto? Like what's your experience with it? And I just want to hear their story. Everyone has a story. Everyone has an interaction with crypto of some form, even if that is just, I had a friend who found this, who got into Matic and did really well. Like I've heard this story from other people of like, oh, I have a friend who's living off their crypto. And either way, like if there's someone who has held crypto or not, I want to hear their story to give context. And I also want to hear their fears in particular. Like, what is it? Because then I get to be an opportunity of rewriting the script for them of something that lives in their mind.
Yeah, I love that. And helping them process it themselves so that they're understanding what their opposition and what their, when you said fear, it's like, and so I don't know, so I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I frequently find like in our space, I get like, the thing is with our community, I love how brilliant everyone is, and education is so key. However, I would really love if more of our community, I think in real life, like I don't know how people do things in real life for their own selves, but if we started to add a little bit more, like remove away some of our ego or some of even like our caring through like word vomiting onto some people, and sometimes just kind of replace that with a little bit more curiosity or a little bit more lean back energy to just be like, let me just like investigate a little bit. Like, are you curious? Are you not? And allow someone to actually lean in. I think that would actually allow the process to like, I mean, us as holders, like we have a really great product. Like there's no concern about that. It's just a matter of how do you give someone or infuse enough curiosity in someone that they have a question to be able to ask you the next step of like, wait, you did this? Wait, like I need this little piece to be able to help me trust just a little bit more. And so I wish there was a little bit more of that, of people gifting people with like a new thought. Because I find that if someone thinks a new thought, you get someone to do, like you meet someone and you get them to think and do a little work, and they create a new thought. Suddenly that new thought and that feeling invokes more curiosity. And then suddenly you get to rewrite a new script and take maybe a new action. And maybe that new action is either doing a research around crypto or physically buying crypto.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I do a lot of the physical hands-on with them, and like, especially with like my good friends and family, I'll send them a little bit. And, some of them I'm like, all right, if you're not gonna do anything with it, give it back. No, just kidding. But some of them will be, okay, now I'm interested and I see this is moving or I see this, and it just takes that little tiny, like for some of them, it's kinetic. They have to have their hands on it. And I'm a kinetic learner too. Like I really started to open up and get more confident with it the more I started playing in different ecosystems and networks and things. So now, bringing somebody in new and bringing them into such a decentralized ecosystem, bringing them into something so far away from Bitcoin and what Bitcoin is becoming, we're giving them what I believe to be the best education into crypto possible. What do you think?
The first thought that came into my mind, I frequently am also met with I'm met with opposition, mostly from my loved ones, because I have an emotional attachment of, I want them to get into this and experience that euphoria that I experienced. However, my loved ones, they're not bit by that bug. They don't have a curiosity around that. Particularly, I'll use my sister as an example. Like, money doesn't motivate her, like nice things do, but like she does well with her job, and then her husband also does well. So like, it's not a motivator for her. Rewiring her relationship to money may come to something in the future, but it's not right now. And so I have had to catch myself at certain moments in time trying to project crypto onto people in my life who it doesn't resonate with them. They don't care. They don't have a goal for this. And so I've had to pull that off my mind and just be like, hey, who can I help? Who is a yes? Or who is a 50%? Who am I a tool for? So that I can actually work with the flow of the energy of people who are ready to meet me, rather than having to back cycle and work with like the really heavy boulders in my life.
Yeah, well put. If you are struggling with those around you, reach out. Like reach out beyond them. Go like, I don't know, if you have to go like to yourself to a bar with a backpack or some PulseChain swag on. I mean, it's a conversation with a stranger that could open a door you never know where it could go to. I mean, like if you want to go out there and talk about crypto, you have to bring that to you, and you can't bring it to you if people are so closed against it. Like you said, your energy cannot flow through a steel door. Well, like how it would just take a lot more of it to get through it, right?
Yeah. I've really been finding the best fuel and best catalyst is actually passion. So for myself, when I'm talking about something, and like I've been so lit up about everything crypto related recently that people are like, hello, you have something that I want. And I'm just like, yes. Like, I've been onboarding people and I've been having the best conversations and I've been having all these breakthroughs, and I've been seeing so many people go up, like their portfolios and their money go up, and rewriting their relationship to money. And people are like, I want what you have. What is it? And so I find that oftentimes, like, I don't own that much crypto swag by any means. Like, I don't think that I need that type of stuff, but when energy and passion, like, that's contagious for people and that can't be missed. So for me, my intentions have been really clean around this stuff of like, people just ask like, what are you up to? And I'm like, hey, I'm just like, I'm about to hop on a live stream or whatever. And they're like, what is it about? And then suddenly like crypto curiosities come in, and then that's a doorway for more conversations. So it's like, I think the more that actually humans can be real and vulnerable with, like, it doesn't have to be super emotionally vulnerable, but it's like just sharing the excitements that are on your heart and soul. Like, if crypto and if PulseChain is something that you're really passionate about, be like, and some people are like, what are you up to? What are you most excited about? Be like, I'm really excited with how the crypto market's moving, and I'm feeling really confident with like my security setup, or whatever it is, whatever's on your heart. So I just really find that like passion and energy is the most contagious thing, and you don't have to project anything or sell anything. It's just like, this is on my heart and mind.
Yeah, absolutely. The more you project and the more you sell it, the more likely you are to get opposition, because
Yeah.
you're feeding them energy they're just not willing to receive at the time. It's fear. Fear is a huge blocker, and fear of the unknown is like it takes us out of our lizard brain. We can't handle it. It's instant flight or fight. And even though it's something so subtle, you're just having a conversation about what you're excited about, the future of finance, because you see it so clearly, but they're still stuck in the institutional 9 to 5, this is the way it is, this is the way it will be mindset. And I don't know. I see some of our youth jumping on it and just ripping. And then I see some of the, like, it's like 50-50 out there. I don't know. Like, it's like 50 of it's like, yeah, let's go. I see it. This is the future. And then like the other 50% is like, I don't want to own a house or a car or have to take care of any of that stuff. So I don't care.
Interesting. What type of, describe that archetype a little bit more? Like, what does that person typically look like?
I am seeing, well, okay, if I wanted to go real deep on it, I see kids that don't have confidence. I see kids that have just kind of gone with the flow, have kind of given up because like the institutionalization for public education, even private education, the way it's structured, the things that they brought into these classrooms, the things that they've taught these kids in the last, I don't even know, 20 years. It seems that like the generation that I'm speaking of specifically is, or even the age range is probably like 30 to 20, 22 to 30 years old. And they're just, I don't know how else to say that. And then you can just physically see that they like lack the confidence going forward. And the other ones that are out there crushing it are the ones, you know, you could see the confidence rolling off them. You could see the hunger. You could see the excitement of what's the future and what's ahead. And the other ones just seem kind of complacent. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. I would even bottle that up. I'm 30, so I would bottle that up even to 35 if like you're hitting the single bracket of that. Yeah, I could see it under that. But I totally see what you're saying. The confidence is the key right there. And I think there's also, it's just like an aspect of like people not being resilient enough towards change, because it's so easy to like hone in on how heavy the world is and how hard it is at times, if that's the bubble you want to live in. And therefore inaction happens and you can just see the ripple effect that happens there. But interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see that some of them just turn to the light a little bit more.
Yeah. And also like to quite honestly, I was recording some videos today for my program. And yeah, I'm doing a 4-week program and I'm so excited to have this like bottled up and shared for people. Because I have so many conversations and I'm just like, this is my product and tool, like welcome into crypto. Yeah. And I don't have to hold their hands because I typically, I don't know if you're like this at all, but I care a lot about people and I do like hand holding people through the process, but it's not energy efficient for me.
Right.
So I've been like, how do I do this, but actually convert people so that they can feel like I'm with them even when I'm not. And so anyways, this program has been really good for me and them and everyone included. But anyways, one video I was recording today, it's my favorite chart in crypto when teaching, and that is the adoption curve. Have you seen that before?
Tell us more about that.
Maybe if you want to even just pull it up, like type into Google and drop it on the screen. It's a really cool one, but it helps explain a lot about like the movement that we are with crypto. Cause I like to see like, if we're talking about crypto, like not through the lens of finance, we're speaking through the lens of energy. Crypto is first and foremost a movement of humans and a movement of energy. And part of that movement is you have to be able to track and see where we are in the movement. Are we early? Are we like the early adopters? Are we the innovators? Are we the people that are here bending the rules and breaking things? Or are we more of the like later adopters, mid adopters, or the laggards, like the US dollar stocks, fully like certain stocks, like fully adopted, fully trusted by the world type of thing. So I like to speak through, why did I bring that up?
Sorry, I cannot get the image.
One thing on the adoption curve is like, I think that people frequently, I still lost my thought a little bit, but one thing that I think people think is that like humans think that we're so much further along than what we are. Yes, this one, perfect. And so the enthusiasts, the visionaries, yes. So
let me get it closer.
And this is, we can even feel for ourselves, like, where are we? It's pretty obvious and pretty easy to tell where we are right now for PulseChain. But I think the harder question, this is where I want to ask you, where do you think we are for Bitcoin?
Oh,
Collectively global. like in the world?
Collectively, I would say that I would say we're still in the skeptics. We're still in
Wait,
the skeptic. I guess I
wait,
can give it a try, but I need help. I was skeptical, but I tried. I don't know.
hold on. So skeptics are the very skeptics so that means that the oh, sorry. Okay, so you have to look at it. So the enthusiasts are the first people that get. Can we actually use do you have a different visual that pops up?
Yeah, let me see.
Because this one doesn't, one that has like the laggard, the first one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, scroll down.
There we go.
Okay, cool. So this one is really good. So like in this cycle, we're obviously the innovators. We're in the first year. That obviously makes sense. So innovators, early adopters, early majority, those are like, that would be the first three. And then we have late majority and then laggards. So laggards would be like the elderly, would just jump in because that's like the new system and it's been fully adopted.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know. For Bitcoin, I would say we're in the early adopters. It's been a few years. No, quite. It's been 4 score. No,
It's been 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a few. We're not a baby anymore. We're a teenager now. So our Big Daddy's a teenager. So I don't know. I think that I would say early adopter stage, and it doesn't even seem like that. I would almost arguably say we're still in the innovator stage. It still feels
Really?
like 1995 to me because
Yeah,
it's,
I guess so.
only because we feel like, all right, I don't know. I almost feel like I'm late majority. Like in this crypto space, I feel like I'm late majority. And then I have to step back and go out into normie land. And I'm like, oh, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it feels good.
Yeah. I feel like I agree that we're probably a lot of early adopters, but we may just be on the cusp of early majority, especially given that like I think this cycle we may actually enter it, given that like the Bitcoin ETF is around. So it makes it more accessible for the early majority who do want exposure. But still like the user experience, as we know for crypto, is quite shit. And that definitely would not help the late majority. Like it's just the masses, you can even see on the bell curve, like the masses live in the early majority.
Yes, they do. And I don't know if we'll get there until it's easier for us to click the button, buy the cryptos, until it's easy to click, I don't see. Well, I do see it coming up. If you're willing to do like the extra 5 steps to get your crypto secure, then congratulations, you deserve to hold it and continue to hold it at this point. Like if you are here and you have crypto in a wallet, you are a rock star. Give yourself some credit. That's right. Give yourself.
We don't have to deal with that problem with Coinbase today.
Oh no, that was. I mean, like you said. Interesting.
I mean, that acted as a really good onboarding tool because I actually had a few people reach out to me being like, hey, I have this. And I literally opened up my wallet and it shows $0. And I was like, and I just posted a whole bundle where it's like, welcome, these are Trezors, these are Ledgers. Like you should be having hard wallets. And so people like understood and activated where they're like, oh, if I have crypto, I should probably have some security measures to it.
Yeah. And one of those things is having multiple exchanges. Establish yourself with multiple exchanges. As you saw today, this happened last cycle. You'll need several exits. And so that's part of your crypto plan is setting up an exit strategy. Part of your exit strategy is making sure that you have places to move that crypto out when it's time, because you don't want to be trying to click the button and no cryptos are moving. That's a bummer.
Oh my God. To think the emotional aspect of opening up and being like $0. Where did all my money go?
Yeah. Oops. User error.
Yeah.
No. Excuse me. It's just it's another reminder. It's early days. And like you said, there's probably an on and off button on there when, we're getting a little heated. Turn that, click that off. What's the major exchange? Let's oopsie, their techie's gonna fail. Right.
Yep.
I don't know. Am I a skeptic? Am I on the skeptic end of that bell curve? I'm a skeptic on that one.
On which part?
I was kidding. I was like, am I
Oh.
just being like a
Oh, no.
skeptic?
Oh,
And
no, no,
then
no, 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 no. I think that's being a realist.
I'll just throw that. I mean, if JP Mosquito keeps all of your fees, and there are crypto wallets out there that return 100% of the fees back to their users, why can't they?
Yeah.
Just saying. So anyway, all right. Is there anything else that you'd like to? I want to hear more about your 4-week program. Let's give us a good overview on that one. I'm going to pull up your link tree here.
Yeah.
Tell us about your 4-week crypto live group program.
I really love it. I mean, quite honestly, I created it just to help scale. I did a 12-week program before, and I was like, a lot of people obviously don't want to sign up for 12 weeks. And also, like, quite honestly, once you're in crypto, like 12-week or 4-week, it doesn't really matter. People need to get the basics, get a new mindset and framework around it, and then they need to keep on learning through it. So I made this 4-week one, which I'm so proud of. I have spent what feels like been pregnant with for 9. I'm not pregnant. It feels like I've been pregnant with an idea and a baby for 9 months, and I can finally birth this thing. But I basically take people through the first, there's 4 parts that I think that you really have to nail with crypto, which is the timing, getting the timing right in the cycle, of course. So it's what you buy, when you sell, and your systems and security. And all of that is the things that I really teach and hone in on and speak through different levels. So it's the first week is very much just laying out the plan and the mindset for you all of welcome to the crypto world. It's a big world. This is mostly for beginners. The cool thing is it's mostly been women. I have 19 women and 1 man. So it's been a great space for me to be in with them. And then the next week beyond that, I'm giving more of the frameworks around how to be able to spot patterns and how to spot high growth cryptos, all formulas that I've created and vetted many, many times over again and over again. And then we keep getting into different tech support, because I think a big space and big problem that people come into the space with is they want the mindset, they want all these different things, they want to be able to see the space and understand it, but they also need the confidence to be able to hit the buttons. So there's a combination of things being live and things being on Zoom where you have a community, but you also get to go off and have video recordings and modules to learn as well. So there's a lot of active setting up the security, learning how to be able to push the buttons, building literally the confidence with the community. And I love everything about it right now.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that you're establishing confidence and empowering them to grow themselves, to educate themselves, meanwhile having a safe place to be able to ask those questions and learn from the ground up. So many people feel like you just have to jump in, and then it gets overwhelming if you don't have a system or a way to organize your crypto. I think that's really important. It's I can't tell you how many people I've worked with. I have no idea where all my seed phrases are. Well, that's your job before you. That's your job before you go to me.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I'm you have one job. It's literally log in and get your seed words.
Yep. And then that's why I created the workbook, was to give people a packet, a booklet, something that they could print out, keep safe. It's with them. It's organized. It's neat. And then there's no excuses for you not having your seed phrases, in a way, because life happens. And if you don't have those things organized in a way where your loved one could, translate them or bring them to some place to be translated for them to help them with it, then, what are you packing your bags for? Can't take it with us, right?
Yeah.
You got to prepare yourself. So I'm always make sure you write down your seed words and put them in a fire safe place and never share them with anybody. And also, if you have a loved one that you trust with your crypto, start educating them early and often, whenever they'll let you. Because I get it. So I have, conversations with wives. I love it when we go to parties and stuff, and they're like, I know nothing about crypto. I'm so bored. I can't listen to them. Ugh, right? And I'm like, I'm so bored listening to you complain about what they're talking about. I want to go listen to the crypto. Bye. Yeah. No, I've been fortunate. A lot of ladies are just I have no idea what it's about, but whatever, he's into it, so I'm into it. And I'm and then that opens up a door for me. And I've only had a couple that are yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not interested. Door slammed shut. I was all right, can't save them all, but like you said, you can't throw your energy in down a well that
Yeah.
has no bucket to bring it back up. You need to fill up your own bucket too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, feverishly pulling up that bucket there apparently. But I'm loving that you're giving these women and men a platform to come and to explore, because that's so important. It's so
Yeah.
important to have a place where you can come in and feel safe and feel like you can ask questions on the other side. They're going to get answered. And if you can't answer them, I know you're going to find the resources to get them answered, and you're going to set them up for success. And the best way to do that is, meeting them on their level like you're doing. Just reading it out intuitively, letting them come and flow. I love it. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
or ride those waterfalls.
Yeah, right. Only on the gravy train.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap this up. We are almost on the hour. Whitney, is there anything else that we can share? I'm so excited that you're going out to PulseChain tour.
Yes. I'm going out to Vegas in a week, or a little over a week. I'll be out there on Thursday and Friday night.
Thursday and Friday night. All right, guys, I am officially FOMOing so hard, missing out on this PulseChain meetup. If you have the opportunity to get out to Vegas, what is something that interested in you in participating and going out there?
and I've been calling this in more, has just been connection and in-person things. And I have created a lot of things, but the online space is really fun, but there's something really, really nice about being able to sit across a table with someone, or just like actually have invite in spontaneity. So for me, it's the spontaneity of quite honestly, the social gatherings like this, it makes me nervous. But at the same time, it's also like an excitement of, who am I going to see? What conversations am I going to have? What's there? So I don't have a ton of friends, like human friends in the space yet. There are people I've interacted with online. So it will be nice to get some faces to tags, handles, and meet some people in real life. So yeah, more so curiosity and spontaneity is definitely calling me to it.
Awesome. I love when internet friends become real life friends. It's so fun.
Yeah. That's it. The internet's just a tool, just like crypto.
Yep. It is. It's like a place where if you can't be yourself on the internet, then when people meet you in real life, there is a distinct difference that we do know. It's very odd. It's very odd to meet somebody who's not the same person on stream as they are in person. I'll just leave it at that. But
Yeah.
I know that you're going to have the best time. And that's not talking about the PulseChain community. I'm very we attend many networks. Let me tell you. No, I love it. I'm so excited for you. Those are my favorite meetups. So I'm going to be living vicariously for you. I would love pictures.
Oh, you'll get them.
Awesome. All right. Well, we have to do this again, and I can't thank everyone enough for being here, and thank you for all your questions and going through the PulseLaunch briefly going through the PulseLaunch white paper with me. I really am excited for this voting vetting system to come to PulseChain and to get the community involved and quality projects coming in.
Yeah. Thank you. You saved me a lot of homework and research. So I'm glad that I could just pick your brain directly, publicly.
So I will like Adam and I are going to be diving deeper a little bit on Friday. So I've got some homework to do myself, because I know that I missed some highlights and things that really that it's an outstanding project. So I'm glad to bend your ear on that one.
Good. Okay. I'll tap back in for more.
All right, guys. We will see you later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Adam will be live tonight. Hit the bell button, subscribe, hit notifications so that you know when he's going live. He'll be bringing you some serious alpha as always. Until the next time, take care.